One of the last things I expected from E3 was the announcement of Prey getting a DLC. Moonbase was announced and given a June 11th release date. I enjoyed the original Prey, but I didn't think it was amazing. It was a solid 7, 8 out of 10. A decent sci-fi RPG light with a heavy emphasis on exploration. While I felt the game had some issues, we're here to talk about the DLC. One thing I really enjoyed about the original was the inventory management and the crafting system. I loved that ammo was scarce, but there was plenty of objects and junk to recycle in order to get the materials to craft some more. Moonbase leans heavily into this aspect and adds randomization as well as roguelite systems into the mechanics. Moonbase itself takes place inside a simulation. You're under orders to guide 5 different characters through the moonbase and have them all successfully escape. The thing that makes it interesting is the fact that all the items and enemies are random. Each character has access to different abilities and powers, while other characters do not. For example, the first character has a bunch of psi powers, while the second character is much more of a mechanic. They have access to the repair and the dismantle and those abilities, while the first one does not. An interesting twist to this simulation is that it has different runs. On an individual run, you can play each of the unlocked characters once. Living or dying is entirely up to you. If you die, that character is now dead. You pick another character and you enter the simulation once again. If none remain, then the whole simulation resets. This resets everything and randomizes the items once again, and you start all over. The only thing that carry over are your abilities and something called sim points. These are points used to purchase extra equipment to go into the simulation with. This can be anything from weapons to chipsets, which are passive bonuses, to medkits and psi-hypos and things like that. Each of the characters also have a story mission that you can unlock by doing a specific escape method the first time. They tend to be longer missions that take some time to go and finish. This can be a problem due to another new mechanic, the corruption level. This increases the longer you stay in the simulation and only fully resets when you have a full reset of the simulation. This leads to the game being much harder for the last character you bring in than the first one, so you want to keep your more combat-oriented guys toward the later stages. The enemies get much harder and more plentiful the higher the corruption goes. It gets very challenging once the meter caps out. If you've played Prey, the gameplay itself remains basically unchanged. You'll still bash things with wrenches and install neural mods to upgrade your abilities, and you'll still engage in both robots and mimics with various guns and powers. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Prey has a very solid combat and exploration system that translates really well into the style of more short, condensed policy violation detected. The graphics themselves look fantastic. The original looked great as well. The moon base is really well designed, and each of the 4 areas of the base are drastically different and help to ease any feelings of monotony, which was one issue I felt the first game had. Or the original, sorry. One issue I do have is that the actual rooms and whatnot are static. It does start to get repetitive just because of how well you'll know the station by your 50th run. A shining spot is the sound design. Creaks and other random noises from the station itself drive home the feeling of being the last one alive on the station. Having the knowledge that anything could be an enemy also heightens the tension in these moments. The sound of mimics skittering or the phantom's mindless mumbling can be unnerving when you're low on supplies and the corruption level is getting high. I thoroughly enjoyed my time with this surprisingly substantial DLC. I would love to see more characters or other locations to explore using this formula. To be honest, I would love a whole game based around this. If you enjoyed Prey, then this DLC is definitely worth looking at. I don't know if I could recommend it to someone that just wants this and not Prey itself, but if Prey has ever interested you, this just sweetens the package by a great deal. I'm going to give it a solid 8 out of 10. Well, it's been a long time, guys. I'm going to start getting into more regular videos again. One of the biggest issues is I just ran out of time. I didn't have time to edit my videos. I have somebody helping me out now with editing, so that's a little bit less on my plate. I'm also going to start doing more discussion-based essay videos. Try to do like one every 2 weeks kind of thing. I don't know how long it's going to take to make because I've never made one, but I guess we'll see. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this review of Prey Moonbase. Definitely worth picking up if you are interested in Prey. Thank you all so much for watching. Have yourselves a great day, and I will see you all in the next episode. Later.